the 23-yard line. To throw on second down is Darnold. A screen complete to Crowell. Open space inside the 10. And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. Isaiah Crowell with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Jets are able to strike for 6. There are several elements to a well-executed screen pass. This one resulted in a touchdown. It had all of those elements.
Yeah, you're so right, because you really need the rush to almost get to the quarterback, almost get to the passer. Then you've got to get the ball thrown perfectly, whether it's to the running back, the wide receiver, wherever the screen guy is. And, of course, the blocking has to form in front to get him downfield for the touchdown.
Here's Myers now to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. They keep it on the ground, but this time it's Murray. And he roams across the 20 to the 24-yard line. A nice job there as he rumbles for 9, and it'll be back to a 3rd and 3.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Griffin now to throw on 3rd down. That's caught out left by Perriman. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. A good pickup there for the Browns, 15 yards. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now a play fake here on 1st down. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. Call it a 3-yard gain, and it'll bring up a 2nd down.
I wouldn't be surprised to see the next step in utilizing this position is to actually utilize more of a scat back in this spot, because we saw the catch there, right? He made it, but he's a bigger, stronger guy, maybe not quite as elusive as maybe someone else you would put there.
Yeah, didn't get the big yardage there you might out of a smaller back. That 1st down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Back with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. The Browns with a football to begin quarter number 2. They face a 2nd and 7 to start things out.
Detroit! All right, here we go. Green!
From the gun, Mayfield. To the right side and complete to Njoku. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. 13 yards on his first catch. It's a 1st down as well. So in Jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. A handoff. It's Murray. And down to the 36-yard line here. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
Second down, Mayfield. That is incomplete. He couldn't get the hook up there that time with Thomas, and it's third and short.
I think he's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard. And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
Detroit! Detroit!
Mayfield on first down. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Darren Lee in there to get him, and that's sack number 6 for him on the year.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
Mayfield looks to throw, steps away to his left. Now he's going to let it go. And, it'll be intercepted. Marcus May with a pick. And not much on the return there. He'll take it only up to the 9-yard line. Not the best of plays there as a quarterback. You're right-handed, rolling left, trying to throw it that far downfield.
I remember a coach of mine saying, son, that's the equivalent of trying to get the car keys out of your pocket with your opposite hand while you're trying to run. You just can't do it.
They go play action here on first down. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll be brought down, it looks like, right at the 15. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. Here's Darnold now on second down. He's going to get this one out to his fullback. And he'll lose yardage on this one back to the 13. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down.
Guilt trip is here, baby. Guilt trip is here.
The last completion actually lost a yard, so now they'll need to convert on third down.
Gone! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Detroit!
Back to throw, Darnold. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on third down. So instead of fourth down, first down.
Well, so much for winning the down you put a lot of emphasis on, because third down is key for offense and defense. Instead, you're going to stay on the field and start a new set of downs.
Ohio! Ohio!
And a very short pickup there across the 15 to the 16. Tackle made there by Robert Alford.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense, because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Trying to lay one up deep. Oh, wide open, complete. 20. Big yardage that time for the Jets. 67 yards.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. Here's Darnold. Got a man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jets. Quincy Enunwa, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Jets find a way to stretch their lead. Myers connects on the PAT, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. Here's Myers now to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And the Browns getting set to go. A tale of two extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, it balances it out. And we know that's not really true, right? Because the interception, that sting lingers a little bit longer. Got to come out now and put together some nice plays.
2 minutes remain here in the first half. We'll come back to MetLife Stadium after this short timeout. Now a second down throw for Mayfield. He'll be taken down. The Jets get in there for the sack. Now here's a timeout defensively. Defensive timeout called by the Jets. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. The Browns on third down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. Working out of the gun. Mayfield in trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Now the Jets are going to burn another timeout. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Here's John Ryan now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. And the Jets set to take the field. They have to be pleased with the way that they've moved the football thus far.
And why wouldn't they be? 2 touchdowns on a field goal in their first 3 possessions. They're playing so well right now, the field goal probably feels like a disappointment.
On first down, Darnold. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And the defense loses him. It's complete. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Robbie Anderson. His second touchdown on the season. And the Jets are going to add on to their lead. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions, and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And now the Browns coming out on the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Well, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Line of scrimmage, again, the 25, 2nd and 10. Now a give. This is Murray. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 13 yards to pick up there. Good for a Cleveland first.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
On 1st and 10, Mayfield. That is caught by the former Gator Antonio Callaway. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you can get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
On first down, Murray. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Let's talk about football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as they get it right at the 30-second mark of this first half. This quarterback now 8 of 11 in this first half. He's got it 1st and 10. This is Murray. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. Now before this second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout, as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1.
Here we go now. 3-19. 3-19.
10th carry of the game now, Murray. And after the good gain last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of 1, and all of a sudden here, it's 3rd down. Here's Mayfield. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock. So now the Browns will turn it over to their field goal unit here. From the right hash, it's a 41-yard attempt. And his kick is right there. It's good, and the drive will wind up yielding 3. So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half.
This is fielded at the goal line. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. Now the Jets offense gets ready to head back on the field. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
They begin with a run by Crowell. And this will go as a short gain on what will be the final act of this first half. We now proceed to the start of the second half. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Now the Jets offense about set to take over as they head onto the field. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly, because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Yeah, still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. Back to the air, Darnold on 2nd down. And he comes back with one complete. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it. Sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
2nd down pass play got him 8 yards. Now they've got a 3rd and a couple remaining.
Back 99 Philly, here we go.
They'll try to run for it with Crowell. A great effort there to shed the contact, and it helps him pick up the first. At 5 yards on the play there, as the drive will continue. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They keep it with Crowell on first. Looking for an opening, not much there. He'll get it to the 39. A gain of 3, second down. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
On second down, Darnold throwing the out route incomplete. That's Anderson. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. To throw is Darnold. Looking middle, and that's complete. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. That's good for a Jet first down, a gain of 13. So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 44-yard line. Faking the give, Darnold. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. A gain of 6 there on first.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there, freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
Six yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. On the counter, it's Crowell. Good move at the 30. Breaks the tackle, now an alley. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Isaiah Crowell, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Jets find a way to stretch their lead.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical. That's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the third quarter.
Not only pulling away, you mentioned that slowly but surely, you also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here's the Browns now. They get set for their first possession of the third quarter. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. Murray. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Again, it's Murray. And not much. Maybe a yard up to the 29.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. On third down. Mayfield is going to go for a big play downfield. A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 40, and his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
Here's a give to Crowell. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Single, slot. Hey, you're on an island over there.
Darnold. He's going to let this one go deep. This is caught inside the 15. And way down into the red zone before he's dropped inside of Cleveland's 15. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now a handoff to Crowell. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. Denzel Ward, the number 4 pick in the 2018 draft, making the tackle from his corner spot. And third quarter here, you've got the lead. This is where that strong run game can really benefit you. Stayed in bounds there, kept the clock going.
I like all the points you just made there. And if you throw the football and it's incomplete, now you've stopped the clock and you've helped out the guys on the other side of the ball. So keep it in the hands of those runners. Keep moving it. Keep grinding clock.
Lucky 56.
Darnold from the gun. Escaping the pressure right. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Different pass rushes are designed for different things. Sometimes you want to keep the quarterback in the pocket. Sometimes you want him to flush. I don't know exactly how this one was designed, but they made sure they moved him to his right. He got out of the pocket. Unfortunately for him, he was hit as he tried to throw the ball, and that resulted in an incompletion.
The Jets on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 8.
Now let's go. Green 39.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Darnold under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result?
Sack.
Quarterback gets hit.
So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. This a 33-yard attempt. And Myers able to knock it through. And that will extend their lead even further. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays, and when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
Here comes the Browns offense back onto the field. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30.
Now let's go. Green 39. Green 39.
Again, it's Johnson. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. On 1st and 10, it's Griffin. And the Jets pressure too much as down he goes. Henry Anderson Wilson. Never giving up. He's able to keep working and get him for a loss of 12. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go.
Flag 32. Flag 32.
From the shotgun, Griffin. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Leonard Williams in there to sack him, and that is 10 for him now on the year. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Throwing, Mayfield. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes his quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. New York set to take the field. They had the double-digit lead at halftime, and they have continued to roll. They're hard to stop right now.
I think what we're seeing is an example of a team that has it figured out in this ball game. And whatever the adjustments are the defense has made, hasn't slowed them, hasn't phased them at all. They either anticipated them or they've been...
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 48, and his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line. That's now his 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. Here's Murray now as they run it to start the drive. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 1st down yardage on the first play of the drive, 14 yards.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
All right, here we go. Boom, line it.
Mayfield on play action. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. Marcus May with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
The pitch to Crowell, and he'll go down for a loss inside his own 5 at the 4. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 13. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the 1st down run goes backwards. From his own goal line, Darnold, and the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
The Jets on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13. A shotgun snap for Darnold. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he'll get it up a little shy of the 15. They'll spot him down at the 14-yard line. They pick up 10, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. Here's Lachlan Edwards now. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the 4th quarter. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, oh, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. And very little daylight there. He'll get a couple up to the 44.
I think if they want to start getting back into this game, it behooves them to get better on first down.
Yeah, certainly not what they were looking for there out of the opening play of this drive. They stay on the ground. This time it's Johnson. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. That's good for a Cleveland first down, an 11-yard pickup.
So after a run like that, I will guarantee that the head coach is saying to himself, maybe even over his headsets to the rest of the staff, where was that all game long? We needed that. That's the type of run we planned for going into the game. Didn't get much of that, but let's move it forward. Let's build on it, get ready for the next week, and let's go play.
All right, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
Mayfield now looking to throw on first down. On the crossing route, he hits Demaryius Thomas. And he's taken down inside the 30. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a first down again. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now, because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
That's caught. It's Thomas. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Demaryius Thomas with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Browns make some inroads here on that deficit. Point after, right down the middle. And that will get him one closer. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.